Hey everyone, geophysicist Stefan Burns here. There is a significant earthquake swarm that's occurring right now in the great state of Idaho. And
I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash, and a double honors to elders and apostles, a great millstone for enduring, pushing and laboring in the footsteps of the men that they've labored in. Thawadi by Hashem Yahweh Shai, for the seven that labored in your name, spreading the gospel of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai to the best of their ability with the gifts that was given to them. The book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 11. Salakia. Luke, chapter 21, verse 10. Then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. All right, and we're witnessing that right now. All right, you got the LGBTQ OPP kingdom versus the boy meets girl kingdom. Luke chapter 21, verse 10. All right, you have nation versus nation, the table of nations versus the table of nations, and the nation of so-called America versus everybody. Luke chapter 21, verse 11. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilences and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. It said fearful sights. That made me think of the other video.
this has been going on for more than a week now, and the earthquakes have been getting stronger. The strongest now is a magnitude 4. There's been a bunch of magnitude 3.9 earthquakes. And so a lot of people are wondering whether this is stress being relieved from the faults in that area. Idaho is the 5th most active state seismically, or whether this is a foreshock sequence before a big earthquake.
Call on Yahbashim Yahushai.
4 warning signs you are a witch by blood.
This is why your birth date...
Oh, Lord. If you are a witch by blood, which is what they teach, which you're not a witch by blood. Exodus chapter 22, verse 18. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. Put the witch out of her misery.
Is it random? There are 12 witch archetypes, and knowing yours gives you the power to shape your life and influence.
So we see the madness going on. This is why these women are through. What in the hell do they think? This is why these women are through.
Understand. Council scrolls are broadcasting.
I'm on Marietta, facing Newport Road, and I'm staring right at it. It's huge. It's going in
What the heck?
Only staying still. Now it's spinning in circles. Oh my God.
That sounds like she sounds fearful. All right. Yahweh Shai says, fear not, for I am with thee. Luke chapter 21, verse 11. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilences, whether it be some Chinese fungi, bacteria, food attacking agent. All right. Whether it be a orchestrated famine, because if you're not selling the food to the world, if China won't accept your imported food, then you still have the food. And you could make the groceries cheap out here, because it's all of this food that can't be sold how you sold it before. So you got to give it to the other food fiends. And America's the fattest country on earth. So how could you miss out on money when there's a bunch of obese people here compared to the rest of the world that's going to buy the food? Unless nobody here has any money. So what's really going on? Luke chapter 21, verse 11. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilences and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. So let's type this. Let's stay in this one scripture real quick. Famine 2025. Sudan now world's worst hunger crisis. Slamming famine. They think the famine is gonna be slamming. All right. They think the famine. They think it's gonna be a slamming famine.
As prices continue to rise on everything from gas to groceries, experts warn food is going to be harder to come by in the months ahead.
And that's 2 years ago. All right, that's 2 years ago. So this is spiritual Egypt. All right, this is spiritual Egypt. All right, this is spiritual Egypt. Luke chapter 21, verse 12. But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. And that's what a lot of these so-called Israelite camps are trying to avoid. Right? They're trying to avoid it.
Looks fake, but everyone's using this to tan without the sun. I did some digging, aka stalked my friends, and turned
Through.
Scientists around the globe. Earthquakes hit Yellowstone. Mount Etna roars in Sicily. Calauia spews lava like a geyser.
Now, I was watching something 2 days ago that made me want to do a video on this about how St. Helene and Mount St. Helen and Yellowstone are only 500 miles apart, and when one has a hiccup, the other one sneezes, and Mount St. Helen is doing the most right now, and so is Yellowstone.
June 4th, 2025. Global Science News Desk.
It's June.
In a stunning convergence of natural phenomena, 3 of the planet's most closely monitored geological hotspots, Yellowstone National Park in the United States, Mount Etna in Italy, and Lauia volcano in Hawaii, have each entered volatile phases of activity over the past 48 hours.
Over the past 48 hours. All right. And that should have been around the Sabbath. Now this video is bright red compared to what it looked like with the eye. Right? With the eye, this moon was dark red. And it was a cloudy night, so it was spooky because there was clouds in front of it. So it distorted, it shaded out. It's kind of hard to explain. But through the camera, you didn't see any clouds. It wasn't dark red. And I was just like, yo, my coworker just said he seen this the night before. All right, so it's like, oh no, he said he seen it on the night of the Shabbat. So it made me think to myself, yo, the moon turned red twice within 48 hours type thing. Like, really? I don't gotta play that. I froze it still enough. Still frame enough.
Scientists around the globe are closely tracking these developments, which, while geologically unrelated,
They could track it all they want to. There's nothing they could do to stop it. That's the point. You can't stop it. You could track it, right? You could report it. You could document it after it happens, but you can't stop it.
New at 10, it's a federally funded program geared at cleaning up the Great Lakes.
While the fight for funding continues to keep our lakes great, the Great Lakes hold an estimated 95% of the nation's surface fresh water.
in the heart of
So Luke chapter 21, verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun. Right? There was a what do they call them? Solar flares and all of that. But there was a solar eclipse, a total solar eclipse, right? Last year. And in the moon. Right? There's signs in the moon. Right? They change colors. And in the stars. Right? The constellations. And upon the earth, distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. Men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking. So what's the heart is your mind? Men's minds failing them. So they're not gonna be able to think straight. For fear. And they're not gonna be able to think straight for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. Men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Right? And what's the powers of heaven? Sun, moon, and stars. So what's the shaking? The abnormal, what's that video? He said, man, I've been alive 40 years. I've never seen this in my life, but just for the past couple of years. He said, I've never seen this in my life, except for the past couple of years. Might be this video.
You guys said it's actually going on my skin. I have like a little hyperpigmentation. This is what I'm working on. If y'all don't...
And none of this is going to help you in the days to come.
I've never seen anything like that in my life. Well, I don't see
What the hell is it?
I'm in the middle of my
Oh my
birthday.
gosh, dude.
Now, there was another individual who saw
Have you
another
seen
sign of
any of this yourself in the last few days?
right around
It's been going on more and more in the last few years. The mainstream media tells us this is nothing more than wildfires in Canada, while simultaneously volcanoes erupting, and a sandstorm in Africa. But it's quite strange. In my nearly 40 years of existing, I have not ever seen this phenomenon, except the last few years.
It's been happening the last.
Just go on to Twitter, or X, as it's called now, do a search for Red Sun. See all the photos and videos yourself from people all over this realm. Reporting
Kolom Yabashim Yawashai Bashim Rakakwadas. One realm shall stand up and fight against another. 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 31. 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 30. And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. Who is this he? Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 29. Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth. All right. And those that endure to the end shall be saved. All right. So people that they saved by Jesus or whatever, we're going to see if Jesus saved them when they need the most. 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 30. And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. Who? The Most High. Who's the Most High? Yahweh. All right. And how is he coming? Through Yahweh Shai. 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 31. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place. And it's crazy because in Cleveland, it's like 5 cities surrounding it, but it would be considered like little counties, little jurisdictions. It's gonna be a nut show out here. It's gonna be a nut show in Baltimore. God damn. 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 31. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another.
over this realm. Do a search for Red Sun. See all the photos and videos yourself from people all over this realm, reporting the same strange phenomenon. Now, unless you're fully boosted and love being told what to think, trusting the experts, you know this is far from normal.
The experts are the prophets. The experts are the prophets. Right? Acts chapter 2, verse 20. The sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before that great and notable day of the Lord come. Right? And it's going to come to the astonishment of all them that dwell upon the earth. All praises to Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai, in the name of the Holy Spirit.